Will you shut up, man?
Listen, China ate your lunch, Joe.
You're the worst president America has ever had.
Hey,
Come
Joe,
on. I'm not here to call out his lies. Everybody knows he's a liar.
We just had an election, as you know, in the U.S. with Biden.
Has there been an election? I would never have noticed.
Wait, Joe, you're the liar.
I want to make sure.
You ordered last in your class, not first in your class.
Most political leaders are narcissists. The reason for that is to get in that position, to have an unwavering conviction that you are right and other people are wrong, to be able to, in effect, suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortunes, as Hamlet said, to be able to tread on people, pull them off the ladder, to make what are often very difficult decisions. So it's a particular viper's nest that draws our kind to it.
What are the implications on maybe not just the U.S. and the people under said narcissist control, but perhaps the population in general, however you see it? Because I know, and you know, the effect that that has on those under them. So once they're in power or they step over everybody to get to the top, millions or billions of people could be subjected to that kind of...
Narcissists reside on the political right and the political left and the political centre. So, in the case of the recent presidential election, we have witnessed two narcissists colliding, and we witnessed them 4 years ago with Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump. Those were two narcissists colliding again there. And in most presidential elections, you see two narcissists colliding. And of course, we saw it in full-on crikey vision during the first televised debate, where there was this unedifying spectacle between two narcissists, and that's what I analysed in my video, When Narcissists Collide, Trump Against Biden. And you have two individuals, their foundation is the necessity of maintaining and achieving control over everybody else.
Forget the politicians. The politicians are put there to give you the idea that you have freedom of choice. You don't. You have no choice. You have owners. They own you. They own everything. They got you by the balls.
And so each time Biden would say something, it would threaten Trump's control, so he would then fight back, which would then threaten Biden's control. And it's like a tennis match, it goes back and forth, back and forth. Threat to control, they have to contain it and then assert their own control. Now, certain narcissists do it in a very polished manner, statesman-like. Unfortunately, in that first presidential debate, which I analysed, statesmanship went straight out of the window, and it was more like a food fight.
They go around the block, they come back, they go around again, they just go round and round, round and round.
Now, you ask me what are the ramifications for the populace when their leader is a narcissist? Well, as I explained earlier on, most leaders are narcissists, and it very much depends upon the nature of the regime. If you are unfortunate enough to be living in a totalitarian one and you don't agree with the dogma of the leader, you'll probably find yourself rounded up in the night and carted off to some concentration camp style prison camp somewhere, and eking out a very unpleasant existence in the freezing northern wastes of somewhere, or some salt mines. In other instances, you may find yourself being subjected to libelous accusations in government-controlled press. In more democratized environments, you will find that certain leaders, if you accord with what their dogma is, what they stand for, then you will find them to be an effective leader because you have aligned behind them. If you don't, then you will find the individual odious, not persuading, and you've got a problem because what you want for your nation isn't being provided for by your leader. But that's democracy. The vote speaks, and if you don't agree, if the person you voted for hasn't been successful to secure the appropriate mandate, then you've got to suck it up and deal with it.
You and I are not in the big club. And by the way, it's the same big club they used to beat you over the head with all day long when they tell you what to believe. All day long, beating you over the head in their media, telling you what to believe, what to think, and what to buy. The table is tilted, folks. The game is rigged. And nobody seems to notice. Nobody seems to care.
But be under no illusion that any leader that is a narcissist, what they do is all about the United States of them and not for the good of the country. Sometimes those interests coincide, because what the narcissist wants to achieve is also good for the country, but it's narcissist first, country second. Many people don't realize that.